This is my first time riding the Tamobyke V29 Pro. This is my first time ever riding a Tamobyke. So new that I have to pull the plastic off the screen. I have not ridden it yet. This will be our very first time on the bike. I've been staring at it for a couple weeks in my garage, but because it's been raining so much, I have not had a chance to take it out. So we have 0 miles on the odometer and the trip. And today we're gonna go out and see how good this bike really is for a dual battery e-bike, moped style, for a very low price using my coupon code. I think it's just over $1,000. Now let's go take it for a spin and see how it does. Pretty comfortable actually so far. Sit really upright on this bike. Seat's not that long, but it's a pretty decent seat for a budget e-bike. I really like the way it looks though. It's very similar to other bikes out there, but I think I should probably push the handlebars up a little bit to give me a little bit more stretch, but definitely a very agile bike. Alright, doesn't look like we have to unlock it. We are testing this with GPS. We are on the highest pedal assist level. And it looks like we were only getting 27 there. Now this bike does have a headlight, tail light, turn signals, and a horn. And that's the kind of horn I like. And let's see how fast we can go with this dual battery e-bike. Now they claim the motor is 1500 watts peak, so it's probably a 750 watt nominal. Now I've been riding a lot of fast e-bikes, so this may not seem that fast to me, but currently our top speed on flat ground was 27 miles per hour. So not a whole lot of power, but again, this bike is just over $1,000, right under 1,100 for a 30 amp hour, full suspension, hydraulic brakes, nice colored digital display, headlight, tail lights, got turn signals, all the features that you could want. Looks like it's got auto cruise control too, which is always surprising whenever you first get on the bike and don't know that it has it. Now I do not see this bike being a very good hill climber. Now the website claims you can get up to 35 miles per hour, but maybe they're going off of their display. their display is way off, like 7 miles per hour off. Yeah, we'll pull over here, check the settings, make sure we got it set at the highest top speed. So far, though, it's hanging at 27 miles an hour on flat ground, GPS verified. I don't know if you guys can see the screen, it's kind of bright out today. Let's go ahead and stop here. Brakes feel like they work good. They're Logan hydraulic brakes. And we will stop and look at this. We're going to go down the hill climbing road and then stop at the subdivision. Now, I don't see this thing climbing anything more than 8% grade. Now, you can pedal this bike. It does have gears. It does have a cadence sensor. So if you want to get some exercise, you can. But you're freewheeling anything above 20 miles an hour. So you're probably not going to want to pedal this bike very often. You're mainly going to be using the throttle, which is what we're doing today. Again, you have a headlight, tail light, turn signals, and a horn. All of those controls are right here. You do have front suspension, but no adjustments on that. And you have automatic cruise control, which is pretty nice once you get used to it. Ride around like this, no problem. But yeah, their website says 35 mile an hour top speed. Granted, I am 6'2", 240 pounds. So that might have something to do with the speed. I don't know. All right, full throttle, no pedaling. Let's see if this thing can climb hills. My guess is probably not. We might not even be able to make it up to 8% grade. Right up here by the school bus stop sign, that is the 6% grade. Barely made it up this hill. 14 miles an hour. Now with 30 amp hours of battery, you should be able to get it over 50 miles of range. However, the battery graph shows that it's down to half already. And we are definitely not making it up to 8% grade. We'll go all the way, but we will probably be turning around. Well, we're definitely turning around after this. 8 miles an hour. Okay, it made the 8% grade, but at a very slow rate, so it's definitely not making up the 10 or the 12% grade. All right, well, here is the Tamobyke V29 Pro. I would think this would be really good for a teenager because it's not super fast. It still gives you the motorcycle appeal with the cool headlight, mag wheels, the dual batteries. I like the underslung battery underneath the seat. I think that looks really cool. But overall, for the price, you get one hell of a bike, to be honest with you. Any bike that comes with turn signals, a horn, headlight, full suspension, mag wheels, fat tires, for just over $1,000 is a pretty decent deal. Now, I've been sitting in my garage staring at this bike for several weeks, like I said, and I really think it looks pretty cool. The overall frame design is really nice, but if you're a taller rider, taller than 6'2", I would probably pass up this bike and go with something else a little bit bigger. It does have fenders, full suspension, hydraulic brakes, turn signals, horn, headlight, tail light, all the things you can think of, plus hydraulic brakes. Really, really nice. So here we go down here. We got the Logan 2-piston hydraulic brakes. Now they only have 160 millimeter rotors, so you're not going to get incredible stopping power, but from my testing, it seems to do very well. You do get a free bike bag with this as well, It does come with 2 chargers to charge both batteries at the same time, which is nice to see for a budget bike. It does have a derailleur and a derailleur guard, just a tourney, double wall chain guard, which is nice to see. It's got these Compass tires. I don't know how good they are, but they're 20 by 4 inch. They have a pretty good tread pattern, but they're probably just a really inexpensive tire to add on to this bike to make the price a little bit cheaper. As you know, if you've been researching e-bikes, you can easily upgrade the tires with something like Ultraverse. That's what I recommend. They're a little bit thicker. They come with a whole package, so you could get liners and new tubes and everything if you need to. The seat on this thing actually feels pretty comfortable. Quite a bit of padding. I don't feel any pain whatsoever after riding on this bike for, the last 30 minutes. And sometimes you can feel it right away. This feels pretty comfortable. I do like the overall shape, like I said. So this is the Tamobyke V29 Pro, and it is available on their website for just over $1,000 using my coupon code RandyRides. If you go check that out and use my link, we do earn a little bit of commission, and it does support this channel. I do really like the cockpit. The grips are pretty standard, but it does have a whole control panel here for your headlights, turn signals, and horn. And then this is how you change your PAS levels, and your screen's right there. Really hard to see in the sunlight, but when we get back to the garage, I can show you that. All right, here's the screen. Now you're not going to get any of that flickering or anything when you're looking at it in person, but nice color display. I like the landscape orientation. Usually they're portrait. The nice wide angle looks really nice there. So here's the tail light. If you push the brake, it turns the brake light on. You also have turn signals, so there's the left and there's the right. Up here is the headlight. Now, it does have a halo for daytime running, and then it has a bright projector in the middle, which is pretty cool and works really well. But yeah, that's all the stuff you couldn't see when we were outside. If you guys are interested in picking this up, I will leave a link down in the description. Again, use my coupon code to save 10% off the cost of this bike. I think it's a really good deal for the price. If you're a teenager, that might be something you want to convince your parents to buy. Definitely a good bike for a teenager, but even so, it could be a good bike for an adult as well if you're 6'2" and below. They claim this can do 35 miles per hour. I obviously just showed you it can't. In the range, I would say is probably close to 50 miles. They are 15 amp hours a piece, so 30 amp hours total. We've only been riding around a little bit, and we've already dropped down to 2 bars out of 5. It might just be the gauge is off, you never know. That's pretty much it. You guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I hope to be reviewing another one of their bikes, because there are a couple more I'd like to check out. They're a very budget-friendly company with very budget-friendly bikes, but still pretty cool designs. So yeah, check them out.